What is it that makes me take on so much? What is it that makes me try to do more than I can handle? Well, you know, a lot of times what it is for me and for many of us as Americans is it's that drive for success. And for most of us, the way that we define success is more, having more and getting more. Well, last Sunday we saw God's perspective on success, a little bit different than the way that we approach it. In fact, he kind of uses three words to summarize what his view of success looks like. Here's the first one. It's contentment. The idea that I don't need any more than exactly what God has provided. And you might say, how on earth can I settle for that, for only what I have? And the answer to that is the second word called sovereignty. It's the idea that God controls everything in our world. He's the one that makes things happen. And so it means that I have exactly what He's chosen for me. And that's why I can be content with it. So we might think, well, does that mean that I just sit back and don't do anything and God's pretty much going to take care of whatever since He handles all the outcomes? Actually, there is a third word, and that word is stewardship. It's the idea of management, that God has entrusted me with certain things that He's given me. And everything He provides, He expects me to be a good manager of that and to do the right thing. So what that means is I don't need to worry about producing results, about outcomes. What I need to do is focus in on being responsible steward of the things that God has entrusted to me within those boundaries, my limitations and my priorities. Well, that's what we talked about last week. How's it been going for you this week to try to put that into practice? You know, this Sunday we're going to have an opportunity to do just that. We're going to put this into shoe leather and try to put these principles into action. And specifically, we're going to be talking about finances. We want to ask, how can we be content in the area of finances, and how can we be good stewards in the area of finances? We want to talk about how these principles influence the way that we think about finances as a family, and the way that we think about finances here at the church as a family of believers. I also want to tell you some information, share with you a little bit about how we're doing as a church financially. And don't worry, no sales pitch or anything like that, but you won't want to miss it. So maybe think about rescheduling that golf game for another day and come and join us on Sunday. We're going to worship together as a family, and we'll spend some time looking at God's Word and how it applies to this area.